walked through fire they said would break me. Worn silent scars no one could see. Battled storms in my own body.
Right, Sanbanani Dumelang. I am Silindile Melita Ngcobo. I was born and raised in KwaZulu Natal. I am a 21-year-old woman who has triumphed against all odds. I am a student teacher at Rosebank International, and I am also a small business owner for a hair salon called M Beauty Salon. And I'm also a pageant queen. And above all the academics, I am also a woman who is compassionate about inspiring change within her community or wherever she goes, which is why I started my foundation called Light Within Foundation, which focuses on helping the homeless and also empowering women and using education to empower the future. That's who I am. Well, I first saw it on Instagram. I think it was a sponsored post. I'm not sure. But I saw it on Instagram as I was scrolling, and it caught my attention. You see, when you scroll and then you just see something that's really going to catch your attention, that was how it happened when I saw the Miss Influence South Africa post. And at that moment, there is this inner instinct within you that makes you feel like this is it. And that feeling that tells you that this is your opportunity, take it, do not scroll past it. And I remember seeing the post and I told myself that this is purpose and I am going to enter because it aligns with who I am. I remember before I entered, I went through the actual page and it was a very professional page, and I saw the networking that they have as a brand and I thought this is actually legit. That is when I decided to actually enter the pageant, and my life has never been the same ever since. Well, the online classes were, first of all, very convenient. It was a 1-hour online class on WhatsApp. And through those online classes, I think one of the highlights for me was the session that we had as finalists with Coach Harriet. She taught us about public speaking, I remember. And also the second last one, where she taught us about how to embrace whatever happens after the Miss Influence South Africa finale. I believe also the public speaking session taught me how to carry myself and also how to prepare myself before I go for media interviews or any professional interviews. And then the second last one taught me how to embrace success or failure during the finale. It taught me to embrace who I am and know that with or without the crown, I am still a winner in my own world. And that's how I've felt about the meetings in a nutshell. Well, I have sort of improved when it comes to managing my time. I am a small business owner, as I've mentioned, and I'm also a student on the other end. And with Miss Influence South Africa coming, I knew that when I entered, I'll have to make the time for it. And it comes with knowing how to prioritize each and every single thing in your life. I knew that if I'm not booked for my small business or if I don't have classes, I know that this time that I have is for community work, or this time that I have is for content for Miss Influence South Africa as I'm a finalist. So, and I also remember I entered during the time where I was also doing recess. I was back home. I had all the time. So I made sure that I used the time that I had during holidays so that when I come back to Pretoria, I know that I've completed most of the tasks that I had planned beforehand. So it's a matter of knowing how to plan things and prioritize each and every single thing that is important in your life. Well, with the director, Mercy, she was amazing at her job as a director. As much as there were times where she was really strict, especially during the finale, she was very strict with us doing things on time, which is also part of the job that she had to do. Of course, with us also being nervous and also with her doing this job as the first time being a director, she did an exceptional job. And also on our end, we also had to understand that, okay, she's doing her job and also we have to be punctual as much as she was also had to also be punctual at the same time as a director. And then with TC Clement, Well, he is also an amazing executive producer. I remember during the rehearsals, when we got to the rehearsals, we first saw the whole setup of the finale. It was so beautiful. It was not complete yet, but it was so beautiful. And looking that TC Chauke was behind the whole planning and the whole success of the finale, he did a very amazing job. And also, overall, with meeting the finalists, we had an amazing sisterhood, and there was no tension between us. We know that in pageantry, there are experiences whereby you find women that will be a bit tense because in their mind, the only thing is competition and getting the crown. But when we were gathered together during rehearsals and also during the finale, it was a beautiful experience. We prayed over each other. I remember backstage, we were praying over each other and also motivating each other when it's our turn to go through the stage. So overall, the director, the executive producer, TC Chauke, it was an amazing platform, and I am honestly lucky and grateful to be part of this platform. That's a tough one. I think it should be the first parts, the Sarafina parts. I think it's because I'm a person that likes doing fun things, especially dancing. Dancing releases stress out of me, and it just makes me feel comfortable and happy at that atmosphere. And I think it was our first round. We got to touch and feel the ground that we'll be competing in. So it was amazing for me. It was a highlight for me because we also got to dance for Sarafina and also commemorates Nelson Mandela and also Sarafina, who was a game changer back in the days. And also the hype that we got on stage. I remember when we first got inside, people were screaming, and at that point it was like, okay, this is it, we are here now and we are doing this. It was a very beautiful feeling, and I think that's why it was my favorite. I loved it so much. I was very nervous. And at the same time, I was also very anticipated to see what's going to happen throughout the finale. And I think that moment also gave me a training mentally to say that as much as you're nervous, as much as you're scared, you have to do this. You are here, you've come so far, you've triumphed throughout your journey as a finalist. You can't be nervous and do what you did not plan to do on this day. You have to do what you have planned. You have to put away the nervousness and bring confidence forth and do what you plan to do. And I think that's the highlights for me. It was having to train myself mentally as much as I was nervous, as much as the whole crowd was there waiting to see how you perform. But it's a matter of centering yourself and telling yourself that you will do this regardless of anything. That is why I said on my introduction, a woman that triumphs against all odds. The La Sauce moment was definitely an all-round centered happy moment for me. The moment of being sang by one of the top artists, not only in South Africa but also globally, made me feel like one of the luckiest women to be on that stage. And I think next year, Lasso should also come back because she did an amazing job. She made us feel seen. She made us feel beautiful in that moment. And she also, for me, she gave me a confidence booster that I'm in the top 5 and she is singing for me and also my fellow sisters in the top 5 stage. And honestly, it was just a beautiful moment for me. It felt like a dream come true being escorted by her for the top 5. Okay, the experience definitely was a God did moment. It was an answered prayers moment. First of all, being announced by the Saint twins, Millicent and Innocence Mashile. It was a beautiful moment being announced by them, and also being announced as Miss Influence South Africa. I remember standing there in shock. I didn't just go up on stage the moment I was announced. I stood there and I cried for a moment because it was this is its moment. You are finally crowned, and your dream has come true, and all of the work that you did has finally paid off, And I remember having my final walk with the crown and with the sash. I was honestly grateful for not giving up on myself, for continuing to be a woman that inspires change. It was definitely an all-around beautiful moment for me. I'm honestly grateful till today. Okay, let me start with the Miss Influence South Africa PR. It is top notch. It is as legit as I thought that it was the moment I saw the entry poster. Ever since I've been crowned Miss Influence South Africa, my life has been completely different in a beautiful way, and a powerful one, to say that. My first interview was with Peli FM, one of the sponsors for Miss Influence South Africa. It was amazing. And after Peli FM, I've had back-to-back media interviews, which were also beautiful because I also got to unveil a very sentimental part of my life about my mental health, life-threatening part of my life. And I'm really thankful that in the media platform, I have gotten the opportunity to inspire change and to also talk about matters such as mental health. And I'm honestly grateful that these opportunities have opened for me, and there's still many more. And with the Sin Twins interview, it was also amazing, but I was also nervous because I usually just watch it through YouTube back then before I entered for Miss Influence, and I would say one day I really have to tell my story here on Sense Twins TV, and I'm really thankful that this opportunity has finally came, and it was only through Miss Influence South Africa, and I will be grateful up until I don't know when, because my entire lifetime I wanted to have this opportunity, and it is here, and I get to tell my story and tell people that they need to give themselves grace in life, because we're all doing this life thing the first time, and I'm honestly grateful. Thank you to Miss Influence South Africa. I would say that if you feel that it aligns with who you are and with what you want to do, go for it. I remember there was a man who once told me 2 years ago that each and every single opportunity that you get in your life, be sure to go for it, especially if it aligns with the purpose that you want to bring out into this world. And I will also say the scripture that says, you are the light of the world. A city sits on a hill that cannot be hidden. If you believe in that scripture and you believe that you have this light within you, that you want to make it shine to each and every single one, if you believe that you want to be a person that inspires change, Miss Influence South Africa is definitely a platform that you should go for. But also just know that as you enter, know that there's responsibility, there's leadership that you have to portray, and then there's also authenticity that you have to portray in order for you to triumph in the platform. It's an amazing platform. Also, even if you don't win the pageant, there's so many opportunities that are laid for you, given by Miss Influence South Africa, even after the finale. So go for it. It's yours as much as you believe it. If you believe it's yours, you will have it. My last words are: never underestimate the light that is within you. Never underestimate it. We all came here on earth for a certain purpose. We all came here on earth for a certain plan that God has already had for us the moment we were born. The scripture says that in the book of Jeremiah chapter 1 that He knew you whilst you were still in your mother's womb, and He called you by name, and He has a purpose for you whilst you were still in your mother's womb. So as you are in this world, there is something for you in this life. The world is your oyster. Go for each and every single thing that you want in your life. No matter the age, no matter the shape, no matter how you look like, go for it. It is yours, because this world is your oyster. And on my social media pages, I have an Instagram page, Facebook page, TikTok. On TikTok, I am Melita _Ngcobo, and then on Instagram I am Melita Ngcobo. On Facebook I am Melita Mangli.